Hello, it's the coach. And, I had anterior surgery on my hip on July 21st, my right hip on July 21st, 2021, which means that I'm going to be out of the game of golf for some time. And I decided that I wanted some folks, you, to learn some of the things that I've learned, pick up some ideas that you can use. The season's not over. You're still in the middle, here it is early August, so I know you guys are still out there hitting that ball and doing your thing. But I want to go over putting. I don't plan to be out to play until roughly March of next year, where I can put full weight on my hip and don't worry about anything. But in the interim, I wanted to improve my putting. My putting is not bad. In fact, at one time, I would say I was a pretty good putter. But as time does with everything, you don't practice enough. And you have to practice this game to be good at it, or to be competitive at it, or just simply as a recreational golfer, you just want to score well. You want to go from maybe 120 if you're just starting out to 100. And then you want to break 100, and you want to do 90. And then you want to break 90 into the 80s. And those of you who are, can break 70 and maybe even become scratch golfers, that's good. But this is directed to actually the senior golfer. There may be some youngsters looking on and saying, well, let me see what the old man has to say. And it's okay to call me old man because I've been here a minute, maybe 2 minutes. But in the interim, we're going to talk about putting. What I think, again, is one of the key essentials to this game, because you can hit it far, you can chip it smooth, but if you cannot put the ball in the hole, it just makes your round that much more difficult. Because a lot of you tend to remember that bad putt and you take it to the next hole and you're up at the tee box and you say, dang, if I just hit that putt, I'd be scoring this. And then boom, you hit one into the woods. Woody Woodpecker's got a duck, because you're in the woods. And then I talk about the woods all the time because in my early stages, man, I had to even have poison ivy. I had to wear the lotion because I knew I would be deep in the weeds somewhere. I just knew that before I even started out. And I might have 24 balls in my bag because I was going to lose quite a few. Now, some of you have been on my road, or let's say my street, or even better, you've been in the woods with me. You know what I'm saying? So let's be honest. This game is about integrity, about being honest. Some folks will use that pen without the eraser. You know how you know what I'm talking about. You've been there. Let's be honest. You play little tournaments and then you want to do what you think is right. You got the little kick, you got this, little nudge, put the ball in the fair. You have all, but we're not talking about those things. We're talking about playing good, legitimate golf. You want to score well with your friends. You want to be invited. That's key. You want to be invited out. I got invited to a lot of tournaments to play with other folks. I appreciated that. And again, because of my skill level, I was out there. But as I've gotten older and haven't played as much, my game has suffered. So I'm going to take the time to rebuild my game. And along the way, I want you to watch. There may be something that you can pick up and use for your game. May not be much, but it only takes a little bit. What do they say? A pound of prevention is worth an ounce of protection. Or is it the other way around? A pound of protection is worth an ounce of prevention? I don't know. These sayings sometimes get all twisted and combobulated. But I do know this game of golf. One thing is true. You have to be true to yourself, honest with yourself. You can't put down a birdie when you know that you have a double on that hole. Because in the end, when you get that little low score, the next time you go out and play and you're shooting 120, so what happened? Well, you've been shooting 120 the whole time, buddy. You didn't practice. You went out and bought a brand new set of clubs and think you all this. And Hey, now you want to give the clubs away. Practice. Practice. Even if you got to get an old set, not too old, because with this modern technology, man, I'll tell you, it seems like every year something changing. But at any rate, I have what is known as a blade putter. This right here is a Cleveland Golf. Later on, I'll give you my baby, which is the same type putter, just a little different weighting to it, and just it fits me. But for practice purposes, we're just going to use this Cleveland Golf putter. Okay, see that? I like that. I like just the way she lays in your hand. Okay, that's just a good stroke. Oh, right there, right there. So I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna consistently hit, let's say, 5 balls from the 2 feet, 5 from 4 feet, and 5 from 6 feet. If I happen to miss in that sequence, then I have to start over. But I want you to look at the path of the ball, the path of the club, because this is all you're going to be able to see when I walk away. You won't necessarily see my stroke, you know. And as you even notice here, there's my shoulders. Every now and then, I'm going to face you. Every now and then, I do that. I'm thinking I'm doing this, but I do that. And when you do that, what do? When you turn back, you push it to the right. And then sometimes you get over the ball too tight, and you do that, and you pull it to the left. That's pressure. And we know pressure either bursts pipes or it makes diamonds. So I'm just telling you, these things happen during the course of a round of golf. You know, you're playing with your buddies, and hey, nobody can really hit it good or do it, but there are little things that you do. You really want that. So I got to get back to this, because I know I did a feature some time ago, and I could tell that I had gone back to a little bit of that, and I don't want that. So we're going to work on this. And how do we do that? We do that by repetition. So today I'm going to hit 5 from 2, 5 from 4, and 5 from 6 feet. Now, why do I choose those distances? Because in most cases, if you can be consistent from those areas, you will score well. Of course, sometimes you hit that chip and you're 20 feet from the hole. Well, if you can still hit that, get a good, nice roll on the ball and get it close. In fact, that's called lag putting, but that's another feature, another thing that we'll do at another time. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I get excited about this game, and I want you to know some things. So right now we're going to work on just simply building a stroke. And at this point, it's my stroke. And if it's something you can pick off of my stroke that helps your stroke, then indeed do it. That includes if you want to go change your grip from here to what they call a claw grip. Claw grip, where the left hand kind of pulls, you know, and then you got that thing right. I don't know how to do all that crap, so I'm just showing you because I saw it on TV. So let's be real. Let's go back to what I know, what I do. All right, coach. And then you can bring it up. Okay, now what I've done was I've switched from my Cleveland, and I've gone back to a putter that I literally pretty much started with. It's a Titleist, and I think it's called a bullseye, similar to a bullseye, but it's a Titleist. It's still a blade type. What I did was I put some lead tape in it so it would have a little more weight. But this boy, I put a new grip on it. This is old because I haven't used it in a while, but you can see how well worn it is. And it's a lot smaller than the one I had before on that Cleveland. But let's see what happens with the old. You know, Murray Wells had a song, about being that old standby. This is it. Excuse me. All right, be patient. Be patient. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Does it still have any magic left? That's one. All right, 4 feet. Let's get a little balance. Get that putter square. That's 6 feet. And this is the old standby. I haven't used this in, I won't tell you how many years. You know, I want to get a prettier putter. Oh, that's pure. Yes, this is Coach. Remember, perfect practice makes perfect results, gives you perfect results. This is my old standby, Titleist, long time. In fact, it's SP205. So those of you who like to do Wikipedia and look things up, you can look that number up and you can tell when it was manufactured. But this putter did a lot for me. But I had to put some weight down here to bounce it out for my stroke because I needed to feel the weight in the head. And now the new putters, they have the weight in the head. That Cleveland Golf has the weight in the head. And when I bring out the other putter that I have, that it really has weights in the head. And it's just, you just swing it. So enjoy your day. And I enjoyed this moment. God bless. And it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Do I, do I, do I. Coach.